And now, Fortnite fanfiction with Bennett James White and Elessar Browhill. Hello. The last episode is probably one of my favorite things I've ever done, and in my update video, yeah, as you can see, Elessar's excited, I'm excited, everyone's excited. I'm sure people in the Fortnite fanfiction are excited. So last episode, we talked about John Wick and Sparkle Soldier. Kind of wish I actually read that fanfiction like this week because of the whole John Wick movie coming out and the fact of the John Wick game mode, but oh well, here we are. So as you guys know, at least if you watch the update video, if not, I'm just going to explain it here. This is going to be a new series. The way that's going to work is every time a new week of challenges is released during a season, then I will read one fanfiction for that week. So we got, let's see how many in the challenges. We got about 8 more to go after this one. If you guys haven't seen the last episode, I recommend going into the playlist. I haven't figured out how to put links in the description, so I'm not an official YouTuber yet. But without further ado, if my iPod can actually, you know, go in the right... There we go. Without further ado, Brite Bomber, X-Drift, Fortnite, NSFW, fanfiction by InflamedIce, all one word.
The NSFW for that stands for not safe for wanking.
3 wank, 5 me. Apparently this guy put tags. It says rated M, English, romance and family, words. Words.
What? Okay, now I know that this guy is serious about it. And unlike the last guy who said that this is a joke.
Yeah. So for all of you, I'm not gonna make it too awkward because once again, I have people who, you know, are in the vicinity of hearing distance. So I'm gonna read it as much as I can. Hopefully this will have as many good... Yes, thank you for bowing. Thank you. Hopefully this will have as many good quotes as the last one did, with "thank you for pleasuring my anus" and then nod. That's it. I love that one. That was pretty great. Well, without further ado... Oh,
the only one you're getting is mine.
Yes, that was a good one, too. In fact, a friend of ours, I'm pretty sure he saw the video before it. If not, that was the biggest coincidence ever. He and his brother both had the Sergeant Sparkle and John Wick skins when we were playing together, so... yeah. Here we go. Drift was somewhere out in the California desert when he came across a large burger head. He was alone with a stolen golf cart, running from police. He decided that it would be a bit of fun to put some Riddler action into his crime before he was caught. Grabbing an almost empty aerosol can, Drift spray-painted a logo of himself, what seemed to be a mask of a canine emerging from a hoodie. Right before he could add some finishing touches, he was briskly floating through a wormhole for about 5 seconds, and then landed on the hill of D3 Fortnite Island, east of Pleasant Park. "What the frick?" he muttered to himself. After all the commotion, a small trio of adventurers approached Drift. Brite Bomber, Rex, and Cuddle Team Leader all ran toward the crash landing of Drift with shopping carts, wearing what seemed to be high-quality Halloween costumes, like something somebody would wear normally. No one wears Halloween costumes normally unless you have someone hiding in your basement. Like, unless you're hiding someone in your basement. That was a weird sentence. When they first saw Drift, Rex and the Cuddle Team Leader ignored him and beheld the new returning objects. The missing Durburger and a new vehicle. The all-terrain cart. The all-terrain cart? What? Wait, was Season 5 when they added golf carts? Huh.
I think they might be talking about, the
quad? No, that's called the quad. But they said that he drove in a golf cart. Oh, whatever. Why are we focusing on this? Brite Bomber frowned at this and went to talk to Drift. She put her left hand around his shoulder in a friendly gesture before asking him, "So what brings you around here? I normally don't see new people drop straight from the sky." Her voice was friendly and a bit higher pitched than Ramirez's voice, Most people were
Oh
derived.
no.
Oh God, I just. Most people were derived of a previous Save the World soldier's family and thus had similar traits to them, including looks, body shape, and voice. So that's your excuse for why Drift's character player model looks so similar to the base player models.
Oh wait a second. I thought they meant Ramirez, not Ramirez.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at
Ugh.
first too. I don't
Yeah.
know. Drift was still stunned at the color of the world he was in. Who are you? You got any water? I'm dying of thirst. Bright Bomber frowned, and Rex simply shrugged. Cuddle Team Leader simply went into an ah pose like she was watching some romance movie. That's not at all what I was. It's supposed to be oh, and I was like ah. They wrote it in all caps. So that was confusing. Bright Bomber ignored this, even though she could feel her face flushing red. The only water's at Loot Lake. You can swim in it, but we don't drink that. Here, take this. Bright Bomber handed him a slurp. You sure this is clean? Drift looked at the drink's musty texture. Best of the best, she winked. He drank the drink He drank the drink in a matter of seconds, stopping after feeling a large amount of liquids going through his mouth. Oh, that's a good line already. Finish it,
Yeah.
Bright Bomber said sympathetically. Who says that What? That didn't make any sense. You're sympathizing him? For what? Whatever.
Finish it.
Where I come from, we usually take 5 to 10 minutes to drink it. That's like way too long. At that moment, Drift knew he was in somewhere completely different. While he was lucky that his friend spoke English fluently, he didn't know how far he was from home. After all, he had just broke up with his girlfriend, but still wanted to make sure that everything was fine. After introducing everyone to everyone, After introducing everyone to everyone, the now group of 4 hopped onto the ATK to follow the map that Rex had made. They traveled along the northern road of the island, stopping at a rock formation to collect a battle star. They finally reached their destination, Lazy Links. It was all the jazz, apparently, though everyone had already seen it by then. The group pulled up at a golf cart garage, labeling the cart as theirs. They approached the main building where they met Moniker, the guy who ran the whole place. Apparently he was also from the same place as Drift, Earth, though he had adapted quickly to this new life. Bright Bomber noticed that he always carried a pistol at his side and asked Moniker before she was interrupted by Drift. Wait, are you from the US? He asked briskly. Why, yes I am, Drift. Moniker replied in a deep, flamboyant voice. I was way off.
Wait, what's?
Who's Moniker?
Yeah, I'm looking in my skin to see if I have them.
Moniker moved on from the brisk conversation and led the group to what was the clubhouse of the golf course. He was an expert on the sport, as if he was a professional. Each group member got a chance of trying the sport out, though they decided to have some alterations. They tried to golf with the ATKs, but that didn't work out. Even though Moniker fully supported their idea, Drift took a selfie with his phone while they tried to do this, and noticed a change in his clothing. This time, his normal blank shirt was outlined with a more detailed design, including red, black, and yellow colors. Are you guys trying to come up with an excuse why his outfit changes all the time? Just say he's digivolving, for God's sake. I don't know, it's... whatever. The group in the end traded approximately 2,000 V-Bucks for permanent golf equipment and access to the courses at Lazy Links. No one is there. Who are you... You're giving... Why are you giving that much money away? You could buy the frickin' John Wick skin. It was...
Yeah.
Or I guess in this world you just buy him, so I guess it's slavery, so I'm kind of glad you didn't do
Oh
that.
my...
Never mind. What? Using
You
this world's like logic, it sounds like that would happen.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a long
Alright.
day. What?
I was about to say. All right, continue.
It was a long day in the summer, and they decided to end it off with a quick dip in the pool and a shower on the way out. Bright Bomber was the last to shower, and at first Drift noticed something wrong. It had already been 10 minutes, and she said that she would be fast. He briskly walked into the clubhouse looking for Moniker. I'm very scared where this direction is going. I just want to say that. He found nobody stopping him, and at first he only heard several birds chirping. Right when he was about to give up, he heard several wails from the west side of the building. Grabbing a pistol from a bin that said, "Deposit weapons here before showering," that's odd, Drift put his ear to the door to the washroom. It was a supposedly one-person washroom, and he instantly drew back from the door. Squelch, 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 oomph, squelch. Oh, God. What?
Continue.
It just says more lines of squelch, squelch, oomph for like 2 more sentences, and then it says Bright Bomber was having sex, whether she wanted to or not. Oh God. Bright Bomber was having sex whether she wanted to or not. Drift instantly kicked down the door with his years of Taekwondo training and shot Moniker's pistol out of his hand. Drift looked up to see a sobbing Bright Bomber and turned away. He grabbed a recovering Moniker and threw him through a wall. This was never seen done by anyone on the Fortnite island. He shot him in the head 3 times with his pistol, leaving him barely on the edge of revival. I'm sorry, but it's really weird to think they're using the Fortnite like logic of shields and stuff. Cause that just
Yeah.
He shot him in the head 3 times. Drift then sent out a signal of help, and Diecast was on the scene. I don't know who that is either.
I don't know either.
With him, he brought a field surgeon to heal any wounded, which ended up to be Moniker, and after about 3 hours, the group finally got back on track. You won't tell anyone, right? Bright Bomber asked Drift as they drove in the front seats of the ATK. Don't worry, it's all on me. I'm a vault. Drift said smugly. I was very confused by the sentence, and I just realized what it meant, basically. Alright.
Yeah.
With its sundown soon approaching, they traveled down beside the Loot Lake River, following it westward until they found a large cube. Drift took a picture of it just in time that Rex was seen in the frame being shot outward by the cube, and Bright Bomber just casually looking in on it. Okay, so now they're trying to, like, bring in the wallpapers, the loading screens you got from that season.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I should be, like, impressed by this, because it is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, why are you bringing these topics of rape into this world of Fortnite? But then again, we are reading a fan fiction about Fortnite characters having sex, so never mind. As she approached the cube, she made physical contact, only to be met with a reflection of a darker, more sinister version of herself. She backed away immediately, not willing to face a possible truth about her own personality. She really wasn't always sunshine and rainbows, after all. Are you trying to tell me you're saying that the Bright Bomber is... the Dark Bomber, or whoever the hell, whatever her name is supposed to be, like, all of her evil side manifesting into a physical version, and not just a weird clone, or just not a design that the developers made?
Maybe.
This is the thing with Fortnite. It acts like it wants a storyline in each season with a mystery, but it doesn't connect it, and it doesn't give us enough information. Comparing it to, like, FNAF or Hello Neighbor, or, as much as I hate that godforsaken game, or any of the other type games, it doesn't have a storyline. It's just random stuff happening for the sake of random stuff.
Yeah.
As night came, the group slept on the house of E8, paying 50 V-Bucks for their rent. So... This is getting really confusing.
Who are they?
Yeah, exactly! I'm just gonna assume it's Banana Man in every single place that they have to pay, so...
Yeah, he's the lord of the land.
Yeah. As Rex and Cuddle Team leader went to sleep, Bright Bomber pulled Drift out of bed to invite him in stargazing. She spoke of when violence was tolerated, and when the meteor came to Fortnite. She'd been around since Season 3, and explained that age was usually governed by the age they were when they got off the battle bus, plus the amount of seasons they had played through. Huh. Bright Bomber was 19 when she dropped off the battle bus, and she'd aged, though stayed quite the craze all those weeks. What? What does that sentence mean?
Don't worry about it, just continue.
I don't like how every time you say that, you sound like you're getting more and more aroused. Whatever. Anyways, I'm sure there's someone watching this. Okay, moving past that. Before Drift could leave, she kissed him on the lips and quickly escalated the situation. She put herself over him in a submissive form and made out with him for about another 10 minutes before falling asleep on the grass with him. Wait, what? Okay, then. That was Drift's first makeout session. That was his first makeout session,
Wait.
huh? Well, I'm sorry, but you did say that he had a girlfriend, right?
I like to think that he was wearing the mask the entire time.
Well, actually, yeah. Like, let's take a quick look at the Drift stuff here. That's not... No,
Every
that's not...
one of them, he's wearing a mask.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, like, in the whole storyline, it starts out where he's the first form. And then all of a sudden, a little bit later, it gets more details. So it's stage 1. So I'm assuming he gets the mask a little later on. He probably goes all electric at the end. But it's like, he's still wearing that mask there. So... odd. Very odd.
Yeah.
After all, his
Like,
girlfriend was simply a small tease that everyone had for him back on Earth. What the hell does that mean? I mean, I guess that takes out the whole thing I said about he had a girlfriend, but that makes no sense. After all, his
yeah,
girlfriend was simply a small tease that everyone had for him back on Earth. So, if I'm correct in my romantic terms, which I know nothing since I've been single for my entire life and will probably continue to be single for the rest of my life, but isn't just make out mean you just like kiss and grope a little? Isn't that what that means? Because I thought, or does it mean
I don't know.
sex? Because if this is
Well,
weird.
I think making out is just like vigorously kissing.
That's what I thought. So if that's true, then what do they mean by his girlfriend was a tease?
I
Whatever.
don't.